Hi, my name is Bernard Arneson. This is my impromptu speech for EN 114 Public Speaking, and it's going to be on why it's important to get and develop a hobby. So everyone can get a hobby, whether it's you chose it based on it looked fun, or your friend does it and you did it with them once and it looks fun, or it's something that's always interested you as like a sub shoot, a shoot off of something you already do. But I think it's more important to develop a hobby because you really start to understand what it is you like about the hobby, but also a lot of the things you don't like about that hobby are things that probably transfer into other parts of your life. Like I like doing wood burning for a little bit. And, to start off, you just get a, little $30, $20 kit and your results are introductory. You get the results that you paid for. But I realized, yeah, I'm just not artistic enough for this. I enjoy when other people do it well. I don't do it well though, so I'm probably not going to progress with it. But one that I did stick with for a while was brewing beer and ciders. And the thing I really liked about it beyond once I started with the introductory stuff, but once you're beyond the introductory stuff, and you start to want to make your own flavor profiles, and maybe you want to play with the alcohol content, make more or less, or you want to play with how dark it is, lighter or darker. You start to really have to do some research. And one of the things that's nice about doing the research is you have to kind of push yourself into areas that you might not be fully experienced with. Like I was always decent at math, but brewing beer takes a different kind of math. It takes a very organized math of accounting for all your variables and accounting for certain things that you wouldn't normally think about. Like you might think, oh, well, the bottom of this container is rounded, so I'm probably not going to be able to get all the liquid out of it with my siphon. Well, that's your dead space that you have to account for. How much dead space? This is all research you have to do before you brew a batch of beer. And one of the other things is how much water is the grain I use to make my beer going to absorb? Well, that's different for every grain. And some of their values are listed by manufacturers and some are not. So there's a great amount of research that goes into it. And I realized I really like the research that goes into it and then doing all the math that goes into it. But brewing the beer is kind of almost secondary to me. I never enjoyed the, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours of standing in my garage or in my side lawn waiting for water to boil, or waiting an hour for my grain to sit in the water that's got to be held at a certain temperature and stirring it every 5 minutes. I I don't enjoy, but I enjoy doing the research and I enjoy the results of getting to drink the beer, or the cider. So it's nice to develop hobbies like that because those things do carry over. I enjoy cooking, but one of the things I like about cooking is I like researching recipes. I like trying to alter recipes based on the results that I want. And once you try it once, oh, okay, let's play with this a little bit. Let's tweak this a little bit, see what the results are. And I really like doing that aspect. I like playing with the recipe. I like seeing the results. I don't necessarily like waiting for my bread to rise for an hour, 2 hours every time I want to try a recipe. It makes it really impractical for me to do multiple tests in one day with what I'm going to get. And the same thing was with the beer. It's now I've brewed the beer. Now I got to wait 2, 3, 4 months to see how it turns out, depending on what I'm making. So develop your hobbies and you'll find what you really do like and don't like about hobbies, about different skills you have, all those associated things that go into the process of making something or learning something or doing something. Thank you.